Hey YouTube, welcome back to the Zippo Enthusiast Down Under channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Zippo arc lighter insert. I've had this charged up and been using it sort of once or twice a day, just igniting it, not actually lighting anything up with it, for 2 weeks now. And it has finally run out. So that's all you sort of get out of it when it runs out. Mind you, one thing that is difficult to use with this to know when to charge it up is that it does work right up until it runs flat. So that's sort of what you get with the electric arc lighter insert. I can tell you if you're using it frequently. So for me, my first week of using it, I had to charge it up every 2 days. And that was using it to light a cigarette, you know, on average, between 10 or 15 cigarettes a day. Now, that it's lasted 2 weeks this time round, I feel like it has lasted a bit longer because I haven't actually been lighting anything with it. I've just been sparking it up for a few seconds and putting it away. But I do feel like when you are putting something into the arc, it obviously draws a bit more power to keep the arc going. To light your material or whatever it is that you're lighting. For me, it was cigarettes. I do like this insert. I do like that it has double the weight of a standard liquid fuel insert. It feels very solid. It actually looks pretty good too. The function of it is very good. However, it does have this weak point in the lighter. Now, they do have a 2-year warranty here in Australia. I can, show you from the inside of the packaging here. Just like the butane inserts, they have a 2-year limited warranty, but you do need proof of purchase to claim it. So that is something to be aware of, and you can see that this is for the arc lighter insert. Once again, I'll just pull it out and flip it around. 2-year limited warranty. The thing that I don't really like about it is that the way that the cam works. Now, its functionality is actually pretty good. Like, it's a very strong spring under there. But my concerns for durability are this little plastic piece under there. Now, I do feel like it has a potential to break or wear down over time. It probably will still last the 2 years, but I don't see it lasting anywhere near as long as a standard insert. Also, batteries over time, they do eventually lose their maximum capacity. And it's only got 200 milliamp hour. Which is a very small battery, but you don't have a lot of space to put a battery in there, especially when you've got a spring coming down on this side for the cam. The button so far has been doing all right. You can see it flashes when it needs a charge. So this thing's run out. Another thing I've noticed with this, there's the charger by the way, is that I'll just grab a cigarette and I'll show you. It is a little difficult to actually get your cigarette down in there to light it. You can see it is wider than the area where the arc sort of down is. Now, it still does its job, but sometimes it can be a bit finicky to get it like a good light across the whole front of it. But when it does, it lights it very quickly, like very quickly. It's quicker than lighting something with a flame. However, because of the way you have to light it, and you have to have this right down in there, when it starts burning, it leaves like residue from the tobacco in it, and it actually has a very strong smell. And that smell not only stays inside the top of this area where the arc is, or where the electrodes are, it sort of stinks out the top of the insert, or the inside of the lid of the lighter itself. I have one here with just a standard insert, but the one that I was using this in at the moment, I'm actually doing another video where I'm polishing and clear coating the brass. It was actually from my make your own brass lighter out of the matte paint one. I've got a video on that coming out shortly, and I do have one that I did where I'm actually improving the process this time around. However, the smell transfers over to the inside of the lid, and even after cleaning it and removing the insert and using it with a normal insert, the smell lingers in there for quite a while, and it is a very strong smell. It's very unpleasant. That is my major dislike about this. And for anyone who's sort of concerned about, if you're using it frequently, I only was getting 2 days of charge out of it, but anyone who has a phone, everyone has a phone these days, I guarantee you go home at the end of every day and charge this up and you're not worried about that. Or you might be, but it's just one of those things that you have to do with battery-powered things. So meanwhile, 2 days isn't that great. If you're charging it at the end of every day, it's not going to take you that long to charge it up all the time. Although with batteries, you are better off to cycle it all the way down to flat or close to flat and then fully charge it. But I still like this piece. It has lasted 2 weeks of... It's not working at all right now. Just because it's out of battery. But it has lasted 2 weeks of like 1 or 2 lights a day. So if you're not using it to light 10 of these, 15 of these things a day, it will last you a lot longer than 2 days, which is pretty good. The other thing I don't really like is this really small charging cord. While it does its job and it fits in the packaging that it comes with, that's why they've done that. I sort of find that wherever I'm plugging it into, so I would plug it in, that's what you got to work with. And it usually means that it's sort of hanging from wherever you've plugged it into. Like, unless you've got a power bank, it's going to be flexing on this thing. And with electrical cords, while they are flexible, that's going to wear down over time too. So that's another thing that I'm not too fond of. A longer cord would have been nice, but that's what they were able to supply in the packaging itself. So overall, it is a great piece. It does its job very well. The weak point of it is this plastic bit underneath the cam for the cam spring. The other downfall is the smell. For lighting cigarettes anyway, it leaves a very strong smell in there, and it does transfer over to the inside of the lid. It stinks. Like, it's really unpleasant. But they're relatively inexpensive. If you are interested in it, it's definitely worth a go. I really like the sound that it makes when it does light. Like, it's got a really cool sort of arcing sound. And it does add a feel of quality to your lighter overall. So I think the standard inserts are about 25 grams. This thing weighs 50 grams, so it's double the weight of the standard insert. It adds extra nice weight to your lighter, which is nice. That's probably all I've got to say about this lighter today. So I have been using it for about 4 weeks overall. I used it for 1 week when I first had it, where I wasn't using it frequently. The second week I had it, I used it every day. I was charging it every 2 days. And the next week, or the next 2 weeks, sorry, it was just one use a day. It lasted 2 weeks. So if you're using this for something other than lighting cigarettes, you're probably not going to end up with that smell in the top. And if you're not using it to light something 10 or 15 times a day, you're going to get a lot more than 2 days of charge out of it. So either way, I recommend people give this a try. It's relatively inexpensive. It is very good quality, with the exception of maybe that plastic piece under there, but I haven't had an issue with it yet. I will continue to use this here and there, and I will make sure that I come out with an update if I do have any issues with either that or the igniting mechanism or battery life. So if you enjoyed the video, leave me a thumbs up. Any questions, requests, any comments, chuck them down below. I will get back to everyone. And make sure you subscribe to my channel if you want to see my upcoming content. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you in my next video.